Imagine discovering a strength that doesn't roar, a power that flows quietly yet moves mountains. What if your energy could surge effortlessly through life's challenges, guided by calm awareness, intuition, and inner balance? Picture seeing opportunities where others see obstacles, responding with precision because stillness sharpens every move. Feel the unstoppable force of patience, the clarity born from peace, the subtle mastery that transforms chaos into effortless action. In this journey, every challenge becomes a doorway, every reaction a choice, and every moment a chance to harness your true potential. Power in peace, energy and calm. Are you ready to awaken it? True strength is not measured by the force you can exert or the battles you can win, but by the steadiness of your mind when the world around you erupts in chaos. Many believe that to be powerful is to push, to struggle, to dominate. Yet real power is born in silence, in the quiet corners of the mind where nothing rattles you. When others are swept away by anger, fear, or frustration, you remain grounded, observing without being consumed. It is in this calm awareness that strength arises naturally, effortlessly, like a tree standing firm against the storm. Consider the mind as water. When agitated, it churns and splashes, unable to reflect clearly or move with purpose. When calm, it mirrors the world perfectly, bending around obstacles and flowing freely. True strength mirrors this water. It is flexible yet unbreakable, responsive yet controlled. You do not fight every wave. Instead, you let it pass, conserving energy for the moment that truly demands action. Strength is never in the push. It is in knowing when to move and when to hold, when to act and when to rest. Many confuse reaction with power. To strike first in anger is not strength. It is a lack of control. To stand firm in the face of provocation, to listen before speaking, to weigh every motion with thought and clarity. This is strength. It does not announce itself with noise, for noise is the shield of weakness. Real strength is invisible to the eye, yet its effect is undeniable. People may underestimate it, yet it shapes outcomes in ways that brute force never could. Strength, grounded in a calm mind, allows one to see beyond the surface, to understand before responding. It is the ability to act decisively in situations where the frantic struggle of others clouds judgment. In chaos, you do not panic, you observe. In conflict, you do not lash out, you calculate. In life, where storms rise unpredictably, the one who cultivates inner steadiness carries the power to navigate every challenge. Power is not aggression, it is presence. It is the capacity to remain unshaken while the world trembles, the ability to move with purpose while others flounder. This strength is cultivated daily, not through lifting weights or mastering techniques alone, but through training the mind to rest in peace while life's pressures press upon it. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and watch your thoughts. Let them come and go like clouds drifting across the sky. Learn to observe without clinging, to act without being driven by impulse. From this practice, a force emerges that is unstoppable because it is not tied to fear, anger, or ego. It is pure, unwavering, and rooted in the essence of calm. In the end, power is not about bending the world to your will, but bending yourself to its rhythm and discovering that within stillness lies strength. Energy flows effortlessly when the mind is calm. Many people expend immense effort, pushing, forcing, striving, yet they achieve little because their energy is scattered, fragmented by restlessness and distraction. True energy is not a product of frantic motion. It is born in stillness, in the quiet space where thought, intention, and awareness align. When the mind is calm, energy becomes like a river flowing naturally, moving through every channel without obstruction, carrying the force of purpose in every drop. Observe the world. Tension blocks movement, and struggle drains vitality. The body resists, the mind resists, and the spirit becomes fatigued. Yet when calmness is cultivated, resistance falls away. Energy is no longer trapped in unnecessary battles or wasted on trivial disturbances. It moves with precision, efficiency, and grace. The calm mind acts as a conduit, allowing energy to surge exactly where it is needed, no more, no less. In this way, one achieves more with less effort, accomplishing tasks with a sense of ease that is often mistaken for simplicity, but is, in truth, mastery. Consider the analogy of a flame. A flame flares wildly when exposed to wind and chaos, consuming fuel recklessly, sputtering unpredictably. But in a sheltered environment, it burns steadily, radiating warmth and light without waste. So too is human energy when the mind is calm. It is not erratic or explosive. It is steady, reliable, and directed. The calmer the mind, the clearer the channel, the more potent the energy becomes. Action flows seamlessly from thought, and thought itself is unclouded by fear, anger, or distraction. Calmness does not mean passivity or inactivity. It is not weakness, but a state of heightened responsiveness. Energy in a calm mind is focused, flexible, and powerful. It does not scatter in every direction, but moves with purpose, penetrating obstacles with ease. This is the paradox of true energy. The less you struggle, the more you achieve. The less you force, the more you move mountains. People who rush, who push violently, exhaust themselves. Those who cultivate calmness harness an inexhaustible source of vitality, available in every moment, ready to respond perfectly to whatever life presents. Training the mind to remain calm is not an abstract exercise. It is a discipline. It begins with awareness, watching your thoughts, noticing your reactions, letting go of unnecessary tension. Breath becomes the anchor, guiding energy through the body with each inhalation and exhalation. Movement and stillness become partners, each enhancing the other. Through this practice, energy becomes like water, adaptable, persistent, unstoppable, flowing naturally around obstacles, finding the path of least resistance while accomplishing everything that needs to be done. Energy in calmness is the quiet force behind mastery. It does not announce itself, it does not demand attention, yet it shapes outcomes, transforms challenges into opportunities, and allows the mind and body to operate in perfect harmony. True power arises not from frenzy or struggle, but from the effortless flow of energy guided by a mind at peace. Peace is not the absence of conflict, but mastery over the reactions that arise within you. Many believe that to live in peace, one must eliminate all external challenges, remove every source of tension, or avoid confrontation entirely. Yet true peace is not about controlling the world around you. It is about mastering yourself. It is the ability to remain steady when chaos surrounds you, to observe without being swept away by anger, fear, or impatience. When you cultivate this inner mastery, conflict loses its power over you, and your mind becomes a sanctuary of clarity and strength. Every disturbance is an opportunity to practice this mastery. When someone speaks harshly, when circumstances turn unexpectedly, or when obstacles appear insurmountable, peace is revealed not in the absence of the disturbance, but in the measured response you give. You learn to pause, to breathe, to assess, rather than react impulsively. In this space, you discover that energy is not wasted on futile resistance. It is directed with precision and intention. The storm may rage around you, but within, there is stillness, a calm center that holds steady no matter the turbulence. Peace requires awareness. It demands that you know your mind and emotions intimately, that you recognize the impulses that arise and the patterns that repeat. Only then can you choose your actions consciously, rather than be led by habit, pride, or fear. Each moment of conflict becomes a mirror, reflecting your ability to maintain composure and clarity. The less you are controlled by external events, the more power you wield internally. Peace is not passive. It is a dynamic state of being, a vigilant engagement with life that allows you to act with wisdom, courage, and integrity. This mastery of self transforms every interaction and decision. You move through life with a fluidity and confidence that others often mistake for luck or natural talent. Yet it is the result of countless choices to remain centered, to respond thoughtfully rather than react rashly, to prioritize clarity over immediate gratification. By mastering your inner world, you shape your outer world. Conflicts are approached with discernment. Challenges are met with calm determination, and your presence alone stabilizes those around you. True peace empowers action. It allows the mind to see clearly, to understand subtleties, and to anticipate outcomes without fear or haste. It transforms obstacles into opportunities and tension into focus. In mastering your reactions, you free yourself from the chains of emotional turbulence and discover a power that is quiet, yet absolute. Peace is not given, it is claimed within, and through this mastery you become unshakable, capable of facing life's storms with unwavering strength and clarity. Stillness is the wellspring of power. From quietude, you move with precision and clarity. Many rush through life, believing that constant action is the measure of strength. Yet true mastery arises not from frantic motion, but from the space between movements, from the calm that precedes action. In stillness, the mind sharpens, the body aligns, and the spirit becomes aware of every nuance in its environment. It is in these quiet moments that insight emerges, decisions clarify, and energy concentrates, ready to be directed with purpose. Consider the difference between noise and silence. Noise demands attention, but often obscures understanding, while silence allows you to see what is hidden, to hear what is unspoken, to sense the currents beneath the surface. When stillness is cultivated, action becomes effortless because it is no longer reactionary. Every movement flows naturally from intention, guided by awareness rather than impulse. Precision is not forced. It emerges spontaneously from the harmony between mind and body. Stillness is not stagnation. It is an active presence, a vigilant calm that observes, evaluates, and prepares. A warrior who moves without stillness is like a river without depth, fast, chaotic, and easily diverted. A mind rooted in quietude, however, is like water in a deep lake, calm on the surface, yet powerful and unyielding beneath. The energy stored in this stillness can be released at exactly the right moment, with maximum effect and minimal waste. Life presents endless distractions, challenges, and provocations. Without stillness, the mind is scattered, actions are clumsy, and energy dissipates in every direction. With stillness, however, every action becomes intentional, every decision measured, and every step aligned with purpose. In this state, you are not merely responding to life. You are in harmony with it, moving with its flow rather than against it. Stillness also nurtures clarity. When the mind is quiet, you perceive patterns, understand consequences, and recognize opportunities that are invisible in the rush of agitation. Decisions become more accurate, strategy more effective, and creativity more vivid. The power that arises from stillness is not aggressive or loud. It is subtle, commanding, and enduring. It shapes outcomes without resistance, accomplishing more with less effort because it moves from a place of insight rather than impulse. To cultivate stillness, practice observation, patience, and self-awareness. Pause between actions, breathe deeply, and allow your mind to settle. In these moments, you discover the depth of your own power, the reservoir of energy that has always been within you, waiting to be accessed. Stillness is not merely a pause. It is the origin of strength, the foundation upon which clarity, precision, and mastery are built. A calm mind sees opportunities where the restless mind sees obstacles. When the mind is clouded by fear, anxiety, or impatience, challenges appear larger than they are, and every situation seems threatening or insurmountable. But when the mind is quiet, still, and observant, the same challenges reveal hidden possibilities. Calmness opens perception, allowing you to notice details, patterns, and solutions that remain invisible to those who rush, panic, or react impulsively. In this way, calmness is not just a refuge. It is a lens that sharpens vision and amplifies insight. The restless mind reacts to circumstances rather than understanding them. It jumps to conclusions, assumes worst-case scenarios, and often expends energy on things that are insignificant. In contrast, the calm mind assesses each situation with clarity. It differentiates between real obstacles and imagined ones, between temporary setbacks and permanent barriers. In this state, opportunities for action become apparent. The calm mind sees the path forward, while others remain entangled in confusion, worry, and distraction. Opportunities are always present, but only those who cultivate calmness can recognize and seize them. When your mind is at peace, you notice openings in situations where others see only closed doors. You sense solutions where others see problems. You understand timing, context, and the best course of action. Calmness allows thought to flow freely, unhindered by emotional turbulence, and this clarity produces actions that are effective, precise, and effortless. Calmness is also contagious. When you face a challenging situation with a composed mind, your presence stabilizes the environment, influencing others to act with more clarity and less fear. A group guided by calm insight will move in harmony, responding to challenges with intelligence and poise rather than panic. In this way, the calm mind not only empowers the individual, but transforms the circumstances around it. Cultivating calmness requires practice, patience, and self-awareness. Observe your thoughts, notice your reactions, and allow yourself to respond rather than react. Breathe deeply, step back from immediate impulses, and train your mind to rest in observation rather than judgment. Over time, calmness becomes a natural state, a foundation from which energy, focus, and opportunity flow effortlessly. Ultimately, calmness reveals what is hidden in plain sight. What seems like a wall to the anxious mind may become a doorway to the calm. The ability to remain composed amidst chaos is not just a skill. It is a form of intelligence, a source of energy, and a gateway to opportunity. In calmness, obstacles transform into possibilities, and every challenge becomes a chance to act with clarity and purpose. Power is cultivated through inner balance, not through outward aggression or control. Many believe that strength is measured by domination, force, or the ability to bend others and circumstances to their will. Yet true power arises quietly from the equilibrium within. When the mind, body, and spirit are aligned, every action carries weight and precision, and effort is focused rather than wasted. Outer aggression may produce immediate results, but it is fleeting, unstable, and dependent on circumstance. Inner balance, however, produces enduring strength that cannot be shaken by chaos, opposition, or unpredictability. Consider the difference between a tree rooted deeply and a sapling swayed by every gust of wind. The tree does not resist the storm with frantic force. It remains centered, allowing its flexibility and strength to absorb the pressure. In the same way, power grounded in balance does not lash out impulsively, nor does it demand recognition. It is a steady force, resilient and unyielding, capable of responding to challenges with wisdom and effectiveness. Balance is not passivity. It is not the absence of action, but the presence of harmony. When inner balance is cultivated, energy moves freely, and decisions emerge naturally, guided by insight rather than impulse. The person who has mastered inner equilibrium is like water flowing through a landscape. It finds the path of least resistance, shaping its environment without force, overcoming obstacles without struggle. True power is adaptive, fluid, and intelligent, flowing from a mind that is centered and a spirit that is at peace. Life constantly tests this balance. Provocations, conflicts, and uncertainties challenge the unprepared mind, tempting it to react hastily or aggressively. Those who rely solely on outward force may achieve temporary victories, but they are vulnerable, dependent on circumstances beyond their control. The one who cultivates inner balance, however, is always prepared. Calmness and stability serve as a foundation for action, enabling decisive, effective responses that arise naturally and without unnecessary struggle. Inner balance also enhances perception. When the mind is steady, clarity emerges. You recognize what is essential and what is trivial. You understand the rhythm of situations and can anticipate outcomes before they unfold. Action becomes deliberate, precise, and powerful because it is guided by awareness rather than compulsion. Aggression may accomplish something in haste, but balance accomplishes everything with intention. To cultivate this power, practice mindfulness, self-awareness, and discipline. Observe your thoughts and emotions. Align your intentions with your actions, and train yourself to remain composed under pressure. From this inner stability, strength flows effortlessly, radiating outward in a way that cannot be forced or taken away. Power arises not from what you control externally, but from the equilibrium you maintain within. In calmness, intuition sharpens, allowing action to be swift, deliberate, and effective. When the mind is clouded by fear, doubt, or distraction, decisions are slowed, opportunities are missed, and energy is wasted on unnecessary hesitation. But a calm mind tunes into the subtleties of its environment, sensing what is needed before it is obvious. Intuition is not a mystical force. It is the natural outcome of a mind free from agitation, able to perceive patterns, anticipate outcomes, and respond with clarity and precision. Consider the way a musician feels the rhythm of a piece, or a dancer senses the flow of movement without consciously calculating each step. This is the essence of intuition, a deep, instinctive understanding born from focus, calm, and presence. When the mind is steady, intuition becomes reliable, guiding action that is both swift and deliberate. You do not act blindly or impulsively. Instead, every movement is informed by awareness, every choice aligned with purpose. Calmness removes the noise that clouds perception. In moments of stress or excitement, the mind is overwhelmed by countless thoughts and possibilities, creating confusion and hesitation. In stillness, the essential patterns emerge. Solutions that were hidden in chaos now reveal themselves. Decisions are no longer burdensome. Action becomes natural, effortless, and exact. The calm mind does not rush, yet it moves faster than frantic motion because it acts with certainty rather than guesswork. Intuition, cultivated through calmness, also enhances adaptability. Challenges and obstacles are inevitable, and rigid thinking can trap the unprepared mind. But when calm and intuitive, you sense the shifts in circumstances, understanding where flexibility is required and where firmness is necessary. You move with the current of events rather than against it, conserving energy while maximizing impact. Every action becomes efficient, every response timely, every decision effective. This refinement of intuition is not an accident. It is developed through practice, patience, and disciplined attention to the present moment. By training the mind to remain composed, observing without judgment, and responding without impulsiveness, you cultivate an internal compass that guides every action. You begin to trust your instincts because they arise from clarity rather than confusion, from observation rather than assumption. Ultimately, calmness transforms intuition into a powerful tool, allowing action that is not only swift, but perfectly suited to the situation. In this state, you are neither rushed nor hesitant. You are aware, precise, and unstoppable. Action guided by calm intuition achieves what brute force never could. Let your energy be like water, soft yet unstoppable, flowing through every challenge without resistance. Water is not rigid. It yields, adapts, and bends around obstacles. Yet its persistent flow shapes even the hardest stone over time. So too should your energy move through life. When you approach challenges with flexibility and presence, you do not waste force against resistance. Instead, you find the path that allows your strength to act efficiently, gracefully, and powerfully, without unnecessary struggle. True power lies not in confrontation, but in intelligent flow. Many attempt to force their way through life, thinking that aggression and rigidity will achieve results. Yet this often leads to frustration, wasted effort, and burnout. Water, in contrast, demonstrates the paradox of strength. It is soft, yielding, and patient, but unstoppable in its persistence. It adapts to the terrain, moving around barriers and filling every available space. Yet it can carve valleys and shape mountains with time. Energy cultivated like water is intelligent. It seeks the path of least resistance while still accomplishing its purpose. Flowing energy also maintains harmony. Just as water nourishes the land without demanding, your energy, when guided by calm awareness, supports and enhances your surroundings rather than clashing with them. In conflict, it does not fight blindly. It redirects and overcomes. In life's challenges, it does not resist every obstacle, but finds a way forward that conserves strength while maximizing impact. This is the essence of effortless action, moving with purpose, not against it. The practice of flowing energy requires mindfulness. Observe your impulses, your reactions, and the forces around you. Learn to move with intention, adjusting your approach as circumstances shift. By letting your energy flow like water, you avoid rigidity, reduce unnecessary struggle, and act with precision when it matters most. The softer you allow your mind and body to be, the more powerful your impact becomes. Over time, this approach transforms how you navigate life. What once seemed immovable can be shaped. What once seemed overwhelming becomes manageable. The power of gentle, persistent flow surpasses brute strength, because it is adaptive, intelligent, and unrelenting. Let your energy flow like water, and you will find that no obstacle can stop you. No resistance can deter you, and your path becomes clear, effortless, and unstoppable.